Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the Jolt Hog and the Jolthog Crystal. As it reads, when equipped, when activated, equips Jolt Hog to the player's hands. When thrown at the enemy, causes an electrical explosion upon impact. And with the Jolthog Crystal, same thing, other than it's an ice explosion on impact. So the Jolt Hog does cause an electrocution effect, and the Jolthog Crystal does create a freezing effect. As you can see, my Jolt Hog is running water skills because once you get them wet, then they take more electrical damage. And also, after talking to, once again, Unkept Harold, he had mentioned that the reverse works for this as well, which is weird, but it makes sense as far as a logical standpoint goes. That if you electrocute them and hit them with water attacks, they actually take more damage. If you do this to a fire pal, then it quadruples the damage. Kind of like the same thing with the Ivy and Frostallion using fire against her. I went ahead and got two of them and evened out their attack power just to see if the Lord of Lightning, in comparison on the Jolt Hog, does in fact increase its damage, and it does. And I'm going to be investing into that one, but just to show you all, this one's at 844, and this one has the Lord of Lightning. This one is at 841 and has Lucky on it instead. So we'll do the one without Lord of Lightning, one with Lord of Lightning. There it is. It's about 1,000 point difference. So the first one up, we're going to use the Jolthog Crystal, and we're going to test him a little bit. And we have our Foxicles to back him up to increase his damage. Right now, we're sitting at 1142, and we went ahead and put in the souls and fully upgraded them with a 4-star partner skill at level 5. So after stacking the Frosticles or the Foxicles behind them, we are now doing 1545. And we're going to give him some food. So after feeding him the food, now we're at 1854. What is weak to ice? Dragons are weak to ice. So we have a couple of things that we could really test this on. So we're going to test him against a couple of these guys. I'm pretty sure with the way I got him beefed up, we can one-hit the Elephydra, and I know that's not how you pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it. So there you go. And the Quivering, we can probably one-shot both of them pretty easily. And then we're gonna go up here to the Dino Awesome, the electric dude, and test it on him because he is also considered a dragon type, as we can see here. So I guess first we'll go test him against Quivering, even though this is gonna be a pretty easy shot. Throw them out, put them in our hands, and boom. Yeah, easy one shot, no problem. Now we're in front of the Elephydra. See if we can one shot this dude. Yep, no problem. They're much lower level, but now it is. Now we have the Dino Awesome. I still don't know how to pronounce that, but whatever. Let's give him an old test. See if we can one hit him. Not quite a one hit, but he did take a pretty significant amount of damage. About half health. Now we ended up getting our ability back pretty quickly. So it took 2 shots. So if you manage to like run around and dodge the shots and everything, then you could 2-shot him. I guess the real question is, how much damage does he actually do versus something like Jetragon? So we're over here at Jetragon, see what we can do. Did pretty good initial damage to start it off, and we had him frozen. But we did some pretty good damage to him, given it being a Jolt Hog and all. So there is a bit of a cheese that you can do. And this, again, I'm not recommending this for if you're trying to catch him. This is only for kill. Oh. He survived. Did they fix that? Yep, death again. So yeah, like I was saying, there is a cheese that you can do to insta kill them, and I don't know if they fixed that because that should have worked. If you freeze them and then shoot a rocket right at them, it usually shoots them straight up like we saw there, but then when they hit, they die from falling damage and it's an insta kill. But for some reason that time it didn't work, so I don't know if they patched that or hot patched that or what they did, but it didn't work that time. So moving on from the Jolthog Crystal, we have the Jolt Hog, and we're sitting at 1340, and we're gonna boost them up with some sparkets here that we have that are 4-starred out. Now we're sitting at 1813. Okay, now we're gonna feed him some food. Oh wait, okay, well, I guess he was at 13 something because he still had his food buff from the last time that I was using him for other testing. But yeah, 1813, which is pretty good damage. I think it's on par for what we were just using. Since he is electric, and we know for a fact after testing from yesterday that water or getting something wet, having that debuff on them, makes it to where they are susceptible to electric damage. Also, once they're electrocuted, they are then susceptible to water damage, which is odd as far as what tracks with the rotational of the elemental chart as such. And you can look at this in game. Mine's extremely blurry though, so that's why I screenshot this and was able to do this. But as you can see, it works reverse from what it would be in this. But logically, this, as far as like what it would be in real life, it works like it would be in real life. Because if you're being electrocuted, someone throws some water on you, then that's gonna crank up the damage. So yeah, what we're gonna test him on is Blazamut. We're gonna give him a little extra bang for his buck as well and throw Hydro Laser on him. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna throw out the Jolt Hog, and we're gonna let him attack with the Aqua Burst, which then will pretty much instantly make the Blazamut wet. And then once he's wet, we'll pick him up and hit him with the shock. And then in theory, if he attacks quick enough, then we can hit him with the Hydro Laser and do even 4 times damage to kill him very quickly. Yep, wet. Boom. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, yeah. I guess since he's still got the electrical effect, he did pretty good with that. He was supposed to do Hydro Jet, but I don't know why he did Acid Rain, or he should have did Hydro Laser. Let's do this. We'll redo this to see if we can get him to attack the right way. All right, let's see if we can get him to do this the right way. Ended up doing Bubble Blast again. I don't understand you, little guy. Hey, but he killed him. And he caught on fire one time. I did a little bit of testing after the last video where I was showing where the Tansy was catching on fire. And it wasn't just the Tansy. What it is pretty much any pal that's in here that's not like a cold or a dark catches on fire instantaneously because of the heat that the Blazamut actually gives off. It's not anything about the area. That's one reason why I like the Jolt Hog. So yeah, just by getting him wet and then dropping the electricity on him, we managed to drop him about 3/4 health. So in conclusion, is the Jolt Hog worth it? I would say that the Jolthog Crystal is worth it for base pal stuff, because when you're first getting into it, he's basically one of your best like first refrigerator pals that you can get. You can use the Pinglet, but he's got so many other things that he ends up getting off task really quick. The Jolthog Crystal, however, only has one thing, and that is the freezing or refrigeration. With the Jolt Hog, the OG Jolt Hog, with his electric damage, it is really good. Him having the grenade or the grenade ability as his partner skill, I feel is really good. And then the simple option that you could get a couple of different water attacks early game. Usually when you spawn in over here. And there is a tree that's not right here, but just across here that has skill fruit on it. So you could get some water attacks and put it onto a Jolt Hog that you get, and then use that to then have your like initial fighting. So the other thing that I need to mention as well is that like electric pals can't get electrocuted, water pals can't get wet, fire pals can't catch fire, frozen pals can't get frozen, so on and so forth. You get the picture. Also, it kind of works in a reverse order to where they're strong against that stuff exactly doesn't do much any more damage than it should. So for instance, fire pals won't get frozen because they're too hot. But yeah, I think the Jolt Hog is worth it, at least to play with a little bit. It's pretty cool that I can just stake him in there and let him go on his own after throwing him at the blaze of mud and basically almost one-shotting him. Like, if you're just trying to catch him and you got that much power behind him and you can do that in one hit, then you could catch him at that point. Is it worth it to max out? I don't know. You be the judge. You do what you want. As far as I'm concerned, I think it is a little bit, just because it's a fun little thing and it's a good like initial starting attack pal. Just pick him up, throw him out, then bring him back in after you do the electric attack or the ice attack, and then use whatever pal you have to back him up. And next up we have the Pangolin that we're going to be demonstrating with and showing what works and what doesn't work as far as the passive skills with him, and testing his rocket launcher capabilities. So if you like my content, drop a sub. If you like this video, drop a like, drop a comment down below of your thoughts on the Jolt Hogs, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Keep your willy washed. Peace out.